Hi there everybody, this is David and welcome to New RPG News. We have a lot of stuff to talk about today, from some Final Fantasy games coming out to a return of 2D Zelda. We're going to be getting 3D Zeldas and 2D Zeldas. How freaking cool is that? Plus, there's a bunch more traditional turn-based RPGs that have been announced that I just cannot wait to go over. And I just have to ask, how's everybody enjoying Dragon Quest III HD 2D? I know that I am, and look forward to some new videos coming out. I'm going to be doing like a hints and tips for beginners. I'm going to be doing a party composition guide. I'm going to be doing a ranking of the various job classes, all that kind of good stuff coming up for Dragon Quest III next week, so do be on the lookout for that. And I do think that all of that is worth a sub, as I do try my hardest to get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And with your help, your like, and your sub, I just know that I can get there. So, before we do get into all this great news, I have some discounts that I want to go over in today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by Instant Gaming, which I've been using for quite a bit of time now. They reached out to me, and you can get some pretty sweet discounts on digital games that you're going to be buying anyway, for not only the PC and Steam, but also the PlayStation, the Xbox, and the Nintendo Switch. You can even purchase like Nintendo eShop gift cards if you want to, and actually get them at a discount, which is really freaking cool. And they even have discounts on games that haven't yet been released yet, like Xenoblade Chronicles X right here, and you can put that in and get notified in emails for the pre-orders whenever they do open up. And they have discounts on games like Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remastered right here, and you can choose which platform you would like to get that on, and then get that at a discount as well. Rather than spending $60, you can spend $50.12 in order to get that. Just use the links below for all the discounts that you possibly can, and also follow me over on Twitter, because I will be doing a giveaway for any game of your choice that you would like. That will be giving away at the end of this month. Thank you. So Fantasian came to Apple Arcade, and then it came to consoles. Now, Final Fantasy IV Nintendo DS and the After Years are coming to Apple Arcade on December 9th. I wonder if they'll come to consoles later on. I wonder. So it says right here, Square Enix has announced the 3D remake of Final Fantasy IV from the DS and Final Fantasy IV The After Years will launch on Apple Arcade December 9th. Additionally, the first Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster was announced to arrive on Apple Arcade at a later date. This 3D remake is also available on PC via Steam, and then it goes on to say that it's known for being significantly more difficult than other versions of the game and having voice acting alongside other new features. I'm going to tell you something. Because Final Fantasy IV is one of my favorite games of all time, and I've played every single version of it, including the easy type that was released here, the original harder type that was released over in Japan, the collection on the PSP, and this version released on the Nintendo DS. And a lot of people are going to tell you wrong information, and they're going to say, it's not that harder, it's the exact same difficulty as it was when it was first released in Japan for the SNES. They are wrong. I've played that version. This version is ridiculous. This version for the DS is absolutely brutal. Brutal. I'll be interested to see if they put in an easier option for this one. Like, I remember I played it, and I had rescued Rydia, and I brought her over to Kaipo, and then I encountered a sandworm. And the sandworm got a preemptive strike. It used this little earthquake thing, killed me. Outright killed me. Couldn't do anything about it. I was a full HP with Cecil too. Like, this version is brutal. In keeping with our Apple Arcade theme, we have a turn-based battle board game called Three Kingdoms Heroes, announced for the Apple Arcade, due out in January of next year. There's not a trailer for it, so I'm showing a trailer for something else, of Romance of the Three Kingdoms or whatever. So anyway, this says, a simple yet profound strategy game. Immerse yourself in a full-fledged turn-based battle board game where victory hinges solely upon wits and strategy. Drawing inspirations from timeless classics like Soji and chess, Three Kingdoms Heroes combines the turn-based combat with unique unit movements. In place of numerical stats, units boast unique stratagems or skills, reminiscent of the generals in Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Experience a simple yet intricate gameplay through the combination of these two mechanics. I'm kind of fascinated by this because I thought that Apple Arcade was kind of like failing but I guess not if all these games are coming to it, so just interesting right here. Sakuna of Rice and Ruin spin-off Sakuna Chronicles, Kokoroa, and the Gears of Creation has been announced. It's a new story focused on their close friend, Princess Kokoroa. So it says right here, the platforms and release date both were not yet announced. The press release. Currently in development by Edelweiss, developers of the Smash indie action platformer and rice farming sim Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. Oh my gosh, this is the first entry in the expanding Sakuna franchise. The game will tell a spin-off story focused on the brilliant Princess Kokoroa, Sakuna's close friend, who is a high-ranking goddess presiding over the wheels and inventions of her heavenly home. More information will be announced at a later date. In related news, a continuation of the Sakuna Rice and Ruin television anime show and an untitled smartphone game are also confirmed. Well, this franchise keeps on growing. Very cool. Riviera the Promised Land Remaster is coming west on November the 28th for the Switch. Pre-orders are now available at 15% off the discount price right here. So it looks like $35. Normal, but with the discount, it's going to be $29.74. This is I guess not a remake, but a remaster of a Game Boy Advance game that came out quite some time ago that I tried to get into because a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, these Department Heaven games are so great, blah, 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 blah. But it was very visual novel-y for me, and I just can't do the visual novel thing, so I personally didn't enjoy it, but I know that a lot of other people did. So let's look at the story. It says, at the behest of Hector, one who was one of the seven magi, the grim angel Ein and his familiar Rose, along with another grim angel named Leda, all head to Riviera, an island floating in Asgard. On the way, Ursula, the guardian of Riviera, appears and is thwarted by the grim angel's intrusion. Ein, whose memories were sealed by Ursula's attack, wakes up in Endelia, where the spirits live. So yeah, if you're interested in this, or if you really enjoyed the Game Boy Advance version of the game, then definitely check this out. Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance demo is now available for the PC, and it's launching on November 15th, which is today, and yesterday for y'all, but today for me, for the PlayStation 5, and save data from the demo can be carried over into the full game. Let's see, it says, this is a free demo version where you can play the beginning of the full version, and the save demo can be used to continue playing the full version with the same story and character status. If you like SMT, if you like dungeon crawlers, if you like turn-based battling, if you like fusing monsters and all that kind of stuff, deep, dark, grim, post-apocalyptic storylines, that sort of stuff, then you will love this game. This was one of my favorite games for the Nintendo Switch. I really thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think that you will too. Stellar Babe is coming to PC in 2025. They say that PlayStation 5 sales have remained steady even after the initial surge. So that's really good. Number one, for this game series to continue, but also for this company shift up and just Korean game developers in general putting out these great games that we really do enjoy. So their statement, we're aiming for a 2025 release. Given recent trends like Steam's growing presence in the AAA games market and the global success of Black Myth Wukong, we are expecting the PC version to perform even better than the console version. Really? As for the PlayStation 5 version, which launched on April 26th and is receiving its latest update with the Nier Automata crossover downloadable content on November the 20th, Shipped Up says that sales have remained steady even as the initial surge has calmed. That's great news. It's always good to get out and support really frickin' good games. Infinity Nikki launches on December 5th. Cozy open world adventure game has now been dated. It's coming out for the PS5, the PC, iOS, and Android. So there we go. It looks like it's going to be free to play, but there are some pre-order bonuses that you can go ahead and grab for like $10 if you would like to. It says, this is the fifth really? It's the fifth installment? Okay, whatever. I didn't know that there was a 1 through 4. Eddie, I had no clue. It's the fifth installment in the beloved Nikki series. Who knew? Developed by Infold Games, utilizing Unreal Engine 5, this multi-platform open-world dress-up adventure seamlessly blends the series' core dress-up mechanics with open-world exploration elements. It also offers platforming, puzzle-solving, and many other gameplay elements to create a unique and rich experience. In this game, Nikki and Momo embark on a new adventure to travel across the fantastical nations of Mirrorland, each with its own unique culture and environments. Players will encounter many characters and whimsical creatures while collecting stunning outfits of various styles. Some of these outfits possess magical abilities that are crucial for exploration. So, far be it from me to be a drama llama mama, but I got some tea I gotta spill about this game because I'm kind of a little bit pissed. So, when this game first was announced, I was like, oh my god, this game looks great. I'm so excited about it. This looks freaking fantastic. I cannot wait to play it. Then, maybe 3 or so months ago, I get an email from the developer team, and they're like, hey, do you want to play this girls game? And they wouldn't tell me the name of the game. So I'm thinking to myself, it's gotta be Infinity Nikki. So I email them back, and I'm like, hey, I would love to, but, I really need to know the name of the game in order to, play it, in order to, say, hey, yeah, I'm gonna do it, you know what I mean? I need to research it, for God's sakes. So they come back and they're like, yeah, it's Infinity Nikki, but upon further consideration, we're no longer accepting your channel. And I'm like, what? I wonder why. So then, I emailed them back and I was like, is there an issue or whatever? And oh, we're looking for more female influencers. So I'm like, that's weird. And then I noticed like a whole bunch of female influencers putting out videos about it. I'm like, dude, that kind of sucks. Then like about a month ago or so, I get another email saying, this girls-orientated game, do you want to cover it and everything? And I'm like, yeah, thinking, of course it's Infinity Nikki, and of course it was Infinity Nikki as I dug deeper, and then they wanted me to do it, and then they found out that for obvious reasons, I wouldn't be like, oh, this girl is so pretty, she's so beautiful. I wouldn't like fawn all over the girls or whatever, because, duh. So then they rescinded it again, and I'm like, what in the world? Can't I just cover this game? I just want to play the frickin' game. So yeah, I've been offered this game twice, and both times they rescinded it because number one, I'm not a woman, and number two, I'm gay, and I'm like, what the hell? Okay, I'm done. I need to calm myself down now. Calming. Mongrel Stardive adds console version, first details, and screenshots. This is an action RPG sequel to something called Monster Taming. Let's see, it's available for consoles alongside PC, iOS, and Android versions as well. Right now, we just have some screenshots and stuff, and it says that this is an action RPG that inherits Monster Taming, a game released in 2013 that marked the beginning of Netmarble's journey into the mobile RPGs. Monster Taming was beloved by approximately 15 million users over a decade of service, and Mongrel Stardive aims to carry forward Monster Taming's diverse characters, unique universe, and core gameplay elements. The game is now under development to be playable across multiple platforms, including PC and consoles. This follows the lively journey of protagonists Vera and Cloud. Really, Cloud? Okay. Players can enjoy the unique narrative as they undertake various guild missions alongside Cloud and Verna, who each have a special destiny. Throughout these missions, players can explore the game's distinctive universe and encounter charming adventurers, adding to the thrill of adventures. This guy is super freaking cute right there, I've got to say. And I saw this picture and I'm like, what is happening right here? It looks like a girl with like a ball sack hanging down, like massive, like I can't unsee the ball sack hanging down out of her mini skirt. Cozy farm shop simulation game Sugar Dew Island, not Stardew Valley, but Sugar Dew Island. They have nothing in common whatsoever. Launches in early 2025 for the PS5, Xbox, Switch, and PC. The PS5 and Switch physical editions will also be available, but I guess not for the Xbox. Interesting. Inspired by the beloved DS Harvest Moon games, but not Stardew Valley. No, not that. Sugar Dew Island is a love letter to the cozy genre, where you can unwind, relax, and enjoy hours of delightful gameplay running your own farm shop on a quiet and peaceful island. On your cozy gaming journey, you'll try your hand at running your own farm shop, selling goods you farm on the island, to care for your animals, grow crops, gather resources, and complete harmony tree quests to restore balance to the cute forest folk inhabitants. That has nothing at all to do with Stardew Valley. Sure. This looks totally like Diablo to me right here. This is Fate Reawakened, adding in a PS5, Xbox, PS4, and Switch version, and this is a remastered version of all 4 Fate action RPGs. A release date has not yet been announced. So this is remastered versions of Fate Undiscovered Realms, Fate the Traitor Soul, Fate the Cursed King, and I guess just Fate. Okay, so reawaken the critically acclaimed Fate games like never before. Play all 4 classic dungeon crawler titles with enhanced graphics as you battle through challenging procedurally generated dungeons, Learn powerful spells and fish to your heart's content. Are you up to the task? Your fate awaits. Revisit the quaint town of Grove and the realms beyond as you prepare to enter the dungeon gate once again. The award-winning Fate series has gotten a modern facelift while retaining the true and nostalgic dungeon crawler classic. Will you tempt fate on your journey to fate and fortune? Similar to Fate. Now, Warcraft Remastered and Warcraft 2 Remastered has been announced for the PC, and it is now available right here. Looks like it's going to be $10 each. But if you want the remastered bundled chest, that's going to be available for $40. That includes Warcraft Remastered, Warcraft 2 Remastered, and Warcraft 3 Reforged right there. So, journey back to the beginning of a 30-year legacy with the first Warcraft story created in 1994, now remastered with vivid, all-new visuals and modernized controls. I remember I had Warcraft, and it was like the orcs versus the humans or whatever, and it was kind of like Civilization, and you would build up like the little fortresses or whatever, and you would like attack each other. I don't remember too much about it. I just remember like the orcs being like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa," like it's weird. And I think that it said reticulating splines. I think maybe that was something else. I don't remember. Experience the inciting war between orcs and humans that shook Azeroth to its core. Defend the realm as the Noble Alliance, or seek to conquer it as the Bloodthirsty Horde, across thrilling faction campaigns or custom skirmish games. Whichever side you take, there has never been a better time to charge into the legendary battles of Azeroth's greatest heroes in the Warcraft universe. If this is the game that I'm thinking of, I actually thoroughly enjoyed it as a kid. Aqua Plus is on a roll, folks. We have 4 different stories. I can't count. We have 4 different stories going over various Aqua Plus games. None of them are trailers. We just have screenshots. So I'm showing a trailer to Uchiwa Ramono. So yeah, let's go ahead and look at this as I butcher everything. Uchiwa Ramono Shiro no... Oh god, has been announced. The latest entry in Aqua Plus's flagship series is due out in 2025 in Japan. What is Michi Shirube? That's all I got. Okay, it's going to launch for unannounced platforms in 2025, and it's going to be a culmination that encompasses everything in the Uchiwa Ramono series. The gameplay system will be based on monochrome Mobius Rights and Wrongs Forgotten. That was one of my favorite hidden gems of last year. I loved that game. If you haven't played it, you are missing out. It's like Grandia. Like, folks, it is really freaking cool. Then there is Two Heart remake launching in spring 2025 in Japan for the Switch and the PC, and it says this is one of Aqua Plus's flagship titles. Two Heart gained popularity as a school romance story adventure game. It's been expanded to various forms of media, including a TV anime, and a sequel was also released. Today, a newly reborn Two Heart with characters rendered in full 3D was formally unveiled. Again, all we have here are some various screenshots of elven girls, I don't know, mopping the floor or something. Then over here, Aqua Plus announces a new RPG called Project Kazuna. And all we have is literally one screenshot, but it's a screenshot of like a boat kind of airshipy sort of thing, adventure-y, sailing around, you know, that kind of stuff, which I love. And of course they have the, you know, they're airing their little dainty skirts up on the boat or whatever. But anyway, it says it's a brand new RPG currently in development. Platforms and release date were not yet announced. It says it's an RPG. It's not a visual novel. It's an RPG. So I am looking forward to that. And then finally, Aqua Plus announces Jasmine visual novel Revival. That's cute. Let's see. This was first announced in 2011, but then it was canceled in 2015. So they're reviving a previously canceled game. Maybe Capcom can learn a thing or two about this. Platforms and release date have not yet been announced. Speak of the devil, it's Capcom! Announcing Monster Hunter Outlanders for the iOS and Android. Open world monster hunting on the go. Too bad it's not, you know, Mega Man Legends 3 on the go, but what ifs? It'll be free to play with in-app purchases whenever it launches. A release date was not yet announced, but several playtests are planned to be held before the game does launch. Explore seamlessly connected fields, including forests, swamps, and deserts, and enjoy hunting anytime and anywhere on your smartphone. Not only can you utilize the environment's creatures and field mechanics to gain the upper hand, elements useful for exploring the game's vast open world like crafting and individualized gear and tools are also being prepared. So if you are a fan of Monster Hunter, do look forward to this. And for our final story of the day, it's taking place on a reputable website, the BBC. Who knew? So it says Zelda's makers reflected the princess's first big adventure. So this is kind of an interview with the creators of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom and talking about that. So this is actually pretty freaking fascinating. But the main thing that I thought was the most important part was right here at the bottom where it says keeping it old school. Basically, they talk about the game, the reception of the game, what it was like creating a game with Zelda, all this kind of stuff. But what I want to focus on is this. Zelda celebrates its 40th anniversary in 2026, and they say that Echoes of Wisdom share some DNA with the original game in the series. They say that he thought that it might be close to impossible to make a new entry adding new elements to top-down style of earlier Zelda games. I think through this game we were able to satisfy a lot of players, and so this game made me realize that there's still a lot of possibility for these top-down Zelda games as well. The future of Nintendo is currently a topic of speculation among fans, with fans waiting for news on its successor to the Switch. They didn't give anything away there, but they did share something about his vision for the next installments of Zelda. He says, and so we will also have those dynamic 3D Zeldas as well, but in addition to that, we're also hoping that we can continue with these 2D top-down Zeldas too. Woo freaking who? Can we get an Oracle of Ages and Seasons remake? Can we get that Oracle of, I think it was Oracle of Time, I want to say. So whenever the Oracle games came out for the Game Boy Color, there were supposed to be 3 of them. And we only got Ages and Seasons, and then the third game was actually canceled. I think it was supposed to be Oracle of Time. It's been a hot frickin' minute. When I say a hot minute, I mean 20 years. So I don't exactly remember the title. I don't remember too much about it, but I do remember that there was going to be a third game. Can we get that third game? Can we get, you know what would be really cool? Like a remake of the very first Zelda, or a bundle package, or take Zelda 2 Adventure of Link and maybe reimagine it, into a top-down, into a 2D, do something like that, or just like make it better. I don't know. There's so much thing that they could do. Maybe just they could even say, okay, all 3D Zeldas are going to follow Link, all 2D Zeldas are going to follow Zelda. There's so many different things that they can do with the Zelda series, and I personally love the 2D Zeldas, so this is very, very, very good news to me. But I gotta ask y'all, how do you feel about this? And did you enjoy the news? Let me know what your favorite story was. Let me know if there's anything else that you want me to talk about. Don't forget to get your discounts on Instagaming, and as always, have a good day.